What's the craziest butterfly effect that happened to you because of a small decision you made? I stopped for coffee even though I was already running 12 minutes late for work. I never do that. My manager Karen was obsessive about punctuality, and I'd already gotten 2 written warnings that month. One more and I was out. But that morning my alarm didn't go off. My phone died overnight because I forgot to plug it in. I woke up in a panic at 7:18, knowing my train left at 7:42. I had exactly 24 minutes to get ready and make it to the station. Under normal circumstances it was tight but doable. I threw on yesterday's clothes, didn't even brush my teeth properly, just grabbed my bag and ran out the door. I was doing the math in my head as I jogged toward the train station. If I moved fast I could still make it with maybe 90 seconds to spare. Then I passed the Starbucks on the corner, and I don't know why, but I stopped. Like my feet just stopped moving. I hadn't eaten breakfast. I barely slept. Something in my brain said you need coffee. The logical part of me was screaming, "Are you insane? You're about to lose your job over a latte." But I walked in anyway. The line was ridiculous. 8 people deep at 7:31 in the morning. I'm standing there watching the clock on the wall tick forward, watching the seconds drain away. The woman in front of me ordered some complicated drink with oat milk and extra shots and caramel drizzle. I wanted to scream. I kept checking my phone. 7:34, 7:36, 7:38. Finally, I get to the front and I just blurt out large black coffee as fast as possible. I'm late for work. The barista was this younger woman, maybe mid-20s, and she looked stressed. She said, "Sorry, our machine's being slow this morning." I waited. Every second felt like an hour. She hands me the coffee at 7:41. I don't even pay attention to anything else. I just throw a $10 bill at her and sprint out the door. I'm running full speed down the block, coffee sloshing out of the lid, burning my hand. I can see the station platform from 2 blocks away, and then I see it, the 7:42 train pulling away from the platform. I stopped running, just stood there in the middle of the sidewalk, breathing hard, watching my train disappear. That coffee just cost me my job. I thought I was dead, absolutely dead. I walked into the station and checked the board. Next train was 7:57, 15 minutes. I found a bench and sat down, trying to figure out how I was going to explain this to Karen. There was no explanation. I was late because I stopped for coffee. That's not a reason. That's just stupidity. Then my phone started ringing. It was June, my coworker who sat 3 desks down from me. I almost didn't answer because I figured she was calling to ask where I was. I picked up and immediately heard her crying. Not sad crying, panicked, hysterical crying. She could barely form words. "Are you okay? Are you okay? Where are you?" I told her I was at the station. I missed the train. "What's wrong?" She's sobbing harder now. "The train derailed. Your train, the 7:42. My entire body went cold. I couldn't process what she was saying. I asked her to repeat it. "The train derailed," she said again. "It crashed. There are ambulances everywhere. It's all over the news." I pulled up the news on my phone with shaking hands. There it was. Breaking news banner. Commuter train derails. 3 cars completely off the tracks. The photos showed twisted metal, shattered glass, emergency responders everywhere. The front car, the one I always sat in because it was closest to my office exit, had taken the worst of it. A mechanical failure, they said in the initial reports. A coupling broke loose, and the whole front section went off the rails at full speed. 19 people were hospitalized. 2 didn't make it. I sat on that bench for 2 hours. I couldn't move. I couldn't think. People kept walking past me, and I just stared at my phone, reading the same articles over and over. June called me 3 more times. My manager called me once. I didn't pick up. I went back to that Starbucks exactly 1 week later. Same time, 7:30 in the morning. I needed to see her. The same barista was working. She was making someone's drink when I walked in. I waited until she was free, and then I walked up to the counter. I said, "I don't know if you remember me, but I was here last Tuesday morning. I was running late. You made me a black coffee." She nodded slowly, looking confused. I took a breath and said that coffee saved my life. I missed my train because of it. The 7:42, the one that derailed. Her face went completely white. She just stared at me, frozen. Then she whispered, "I almost didn't come to work that day." I asked her what she meant. She said her car wouldn't start that morning. Dead battery. She sat in her driveway for 20 minutes trying to figure out what to do. She almost called in sick. Her manager wouldn't have cared. They were overstaffed anyway. But she felt guilty about leaving them short, so she ordered an Uber. Got here at 7:15 instead of her usual 6:45. If she'd called in sick like she wanted to, the morning shift would have been down a person. The line would have moved faster, and I would have caught that train.